There has been a marquee trend that I see taking place in today. Uh, that I haven't got on this trend at all. But I've noticed since the '90s, the amplifier power has gotten cheaper. You could get amplifier power now for like $1.25 a watt. Seriously, you can get 1,000 watt amps, 1,500 watts for like $250, $299, something like that. That's pretty cheap. Amplifier's ability to run at 1 ohm, half ohm, and even quarter ohm has increased compared to the '90s. Amplifier's power is cheap, it's readily available. Some of it, not all of it's clean, because you got amplifiers out there that make their power with 0.05 THD, and guys run and get it because hey, it's going to a subwoofer. Okay, I get that. But as amplifier power has increased and became relatively cheap, the technology has gained from the '90s. The technology has not gained from the '90s today in the subwoofers. To me, most of these subwoofers out today are very, very inefficient. Very, very inefficient. I'm talking about sensitivity ratings of 79 and 80 for 8s. And as you look at it, as you're going up, you don't get the high sensitivity ratings like what we had back in the '90s. Maybe that's because the amplifier power is so cheap that making a lot of these subwoofers inefficient so that you can throw that much power to it. But whose end does that really serve? Does it serve your end if you're trying to get a certain loudness? You got to buy this inefficient subwoofer and throw gobs of power? Well, those of us who know it say, man, I can take a subwoofer that's more inefficient and turn its signal to noise. That's what the sensitivity rating is. It's SENS, woofer or SPL. Different manufacturers, different things to rate that level. But if I use a subwoofer that's got a high sensitivity, I don't need that much power. There was woofers back in the '90s, man, with sensitivity ratings of 93. In the '90s, it was not unheard of to hear a 12 with a 93 or 92 dB rating. That's pretty much unheard of today. They up to like 90, 89, some of them 88. Even good subs. I mean, yeah, I was talking to a dude the other day, and he had some DC audios. Level 2, great sub, sounds great. The 12 sensitivity rating is 84. 12. When you go to people like Sundown and Scar, you look at their sensitivity ratings. 12s in 86 or 88. Well, in the '90s, we had 91, 92, and 93 dB. Some of those big manufacturers are still out there today, still have high sensitivity ratings. Kicker, Fallsgate, JL, they understand that that's not something. Don't let no one tell you, man, don't worry about sensitivity because you got clones of power. Yeah, that you got amplifier power is cheap. Well, they say that because they trying to sell you an amplifier. That's why they tell you don't worry about it. Whereas you get a more efficient subwoofer, you don't need that much power to get loud because it's efficient. Like I was telling you just now, that sub, that level 2 sub 12, it has a 84 dB, rating. Yeah, my Kicker L78 got 83. That's just the 8s. Oh man, what is it? Let me look at this. Let me see if I got time. Let me see if I can bring this out to you more efficient. You know my Kicker L78 sensitivity rating is 83. Let me see if I hate this Android phone. Kicker. I want to look at the Q class. There we go. Alright, 15L7. Let's look right here. Wait a minute. Can we get a? There we go. Put out the parameters. Where's the manual? There we go. Right here, manual. Okay. 83. Yeah, 83. The 12 is 86. Not the great example, I must be honest with you right there. That's great for the 8, but 86 on the 12. Well, let's go to Sundown's page and see what their 12 is. Sundown Audio. Let's pick I don't know which ones y'all want to pick, but I'm going to pick, I'm going to say the SA. That's fairly, I don't know, that might be a good comparison. What you think? Maybe X? All right. Look at let's see the sensitivity rate, if they even put it up here. Sometimes they don't put it up here because they say it's not relative. Because I got power. See, sensitivity rating is, yeah, for the 12. It is the 12? Yeah. 83. 83. The kicker's 8 is 83. So what does that mean to you in real world terms? That means that if you had only 500 watts to give, the kicker is twice as loud on that power than the Sundown SA12. Because every 3 dB you can hear, which means if they put it on play 1 watt, the kicker gonna be 86.6 and the Sundown's gonna be 83. You can hear 83.2. You can hear 3 dB increase. You understand this. You can hear a 3 dB increase. So if you have to play that right quick, you would say, man, the kicker louder. And as you play up to the certain phone power level, let's say 500 watts, but both of them could take 1,000, the kicker is gonna be louder on the same power. And it's, well, you can keep going with the Sundown. You can, which means you're going to get a bigger amplifier. But let's say you can't. Let's say you only got 1,000 watts to give. That's all the power you have to give. Which one are you going to get? You need to get the subwoofer with the high sensitivity rate. Not saying it's kicker. It could be another sub, any other sub. But that's a factor, a parameter you want to look at. You do want to look at the sensitivity rate. It's going to tell you how loud you can be on the power you have to play. All right? Let's look at another one here. And I'm not using it just to bash anybody. I mean, let's go anybody. Let's go to the U series. Let's go to the U series. Okay, I'm gonna look at the sensitivity rating for U. That's all you gotta do then. Oh, 10 got 86 dB. 10 got 86 dB. Okay, that's cool. I don't know about the 12 should be high. Because the larger the cone, the greater sensitivity, the more air's being moved. So the U10 should have a high, exactly, U10 sensitivity rating 88. And that's why, that's a given loudness. So now we got 1,000 watts. You got 1,000 watts, you got a kicker Q class 12 at 86.6 dB. And you got a Sundown U10 at 88 dB. That's why it's loud. That's why it's loud. It's a little bit more motor force, a little bit more sensitive. On the same power, the Sundown U10 will be louder than the kicker class. Why? Because it has a high sensitivity rating. On that same power, whoever has a high sensitivity rating is going to be louder. All of the factors being equal. Good bass, good power, and this, that, and another. So all the factors being equal, whoever has the high sensitivity rating is going to be that much louder. The meter's going to tell you that, okay? So something to look at. I'm in the street beat class, SQ loud class. I really don't care nothing about the meter, but I'm also not a strict audiophile. I'm a street beat. I want the sound good beating down the road. And with that being said, I'm going to make sure I got the amplifier and the power correctly. I'm going to look at the sensitivity rate. I'm going to see just how effective it is in turning signal to noise. And then I'm going to look at the price and see that's what I want to pay for. Something to look at. Something for y'all to factor in too when you're picking out subwoofers. Look at that sensitivity rate. Don't let no one tell you, man, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It's going to matter how much money you're going to have to spend to get a certain loudness, given loudness. All right?